Hey, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of CX Riot Radio, where we talk about customer experience and stuff, still in a hyper caffeinated state. That's right. We like caffeine. We like taking copious amounts of it, where it probably should be illegal and it's probably dangerous. But you know what? That's okay. That's all right. Because we are, I don't want to say addicted, but we follow the law. If we could have other substances, maybe we would. Maybe we wouldn't. I don't know. Anyway, if you like what we do here, we have merch. We have books. Yeah. So, I know this is sounding a little bit NPR-ish, but that's okay, because we got a really strong episode for you today. And in the scope of what we're doing this year for Season 3 for 2025, we've prepared a little thingamabob for you. A little pep talk. A little, hey, how you doing? So, right now, I want you to, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Give me a comment. And give me a share. Share the show so we can make the show grow. If you're listening on one of the podcast platforms, you know what to do. Give it 5 stars. Write a glowing review, because that would be really nice of you. But we've already wasted 2 minutes of this. And I know my last couple of episodes have gone a little long, but I don't want to continue going long, even though it got more listeners, which was weird, but it is what it is. Why did I lick that? Okay. So, this is another episode about striving for excellence. That's right. And this time, we've gone old school. We got the guy, we've got the footage in the background. We're just gonna go. All right? We're going a little old school, and by old school I mean like 4 weeks ago. Okay? It is what it is, as they say. And, well, yeah. So most people are out here playing for average. They do just enough to get by, just enough to keep their job, just enough to keep their business afloat. And they wonder why they never win. They wonder why their company isn't growing, why their team isn't fired up, why customers don't rave about their service. How come nobody ever gives us 5-star reviews? It's because they don't give a shit about excellence. If anything, maybe they just pay lip service to it. Now, if you're anything like what I imagine you to be, what I hold you up as, that ain't you. You're here because you're looking for something more. You're here because deep down you know that good enough is never good enough. And that's exactly the mindset that separates the best from the rest. I am a poet, and I didn't even know it. People like to act like excellence is this big, mystical, eldritch thing. Like only a few people are born with it, or only a few people reach it. That is 100% bullshit. Excellence is a choice. It's a choice you make every single day and every single thing you do. It's showing up early. It's paying attention to the details no one else notices. It's handling problems before they become problems. It's being proactive. It's taking pride in your work, even when no one's watching. The difference between a company that dominates and a company that struggles isn't some massive shattering strategy. It's literally just 1,000 little moments where one team chose excellence and the other one settled for, that's good enough. So we see business owners and managers all the time saying, man, my team just doesn't care like I do. Well, no shit. You're the one that sets the tone. You set the example. You allow the excuses. You get out of life and you get out of your team what you tolerate. If you tolerate average, you will get average. If you let people slide, they will slide. But if you create a culture where excellence is expected, people will rise to the standard. Not all of them. Let's be real here. Some of them will just quit. And honestly, that's a good thing. You don't want those people on your team anyway. Now, work with them, coach them, get them as far as they can go. But if they don't cut the mustard, well, they don't cut the mustard, do they? So, and you all know me. Or if this is your first time, now's your chance. I'm in the plumbing and HVAC industry. I'm in the home services, the trades, as it were. And a lot of my episodes center around that, or can be, well, okay. Basically, it's what I've been doing for the last 13 years. So, yeah, it's kind of in my blood. And I grew up blue collar, working class. So I've been around the trades my entire life. So, but if you're like me and you're in this industry, you know that it's not a very sexy industry, right? Nobody wakes up dreaming about calling a plumber. But when their pipes burst, when their AC dies in the middle of summer, that's when they need you. That's when they need the industry. Nobody thinks about their plumbing until it goes bad. No one really thinks about their AC other than, hey, turn that off when we leave so we can save some money on the energy bill. But they really think about it when it's 100 degrees outside. They go to turn it on, and there's no cool air. They're stifling. They're hot. There's only so many layers of clothes you can take off before you're just indecent and you're scaring the neighbors. So, and here's a question. When that moment comes, when you get that emergency call, are you sending in a bunch of guys who just get the job done? Or are you sending in the best? The best of the best. As an aside, best of the best 3 was probably the best of the best. It was the best. Are you giving the customer a experience? Or are you making sure they walk away saying, well, damn, I'll never call another company again? That's the difference between companies that survive and companies that dominate. Excellence is what builds legends. Excellence is what gets people talking. Excellence is what makes your business unforgettable. Excellence is what gets you higher rankings on Google and higher reviews, which in turn leads to more customers that you can be excellent with. So every week, there are roughly 2 to 3 key moments that can change the game for you. But most people don't see them because they're too caught up in the noise or they're too caught up in their own bullshit. Maybe it's a customer interaction that could lead to a massive referral. Maybe it's how you handle a pissed off client. Maybe it's a decision about your team that could either strengthen your culture or weaken it. Are you locked in on those moments? Are you paying attention? Can you even recognize them when they're staring at you in the face? Are you executing at the highest level when it matters most? Most people aren't. Excellence isn't just about working hard. It's about working with precision. It's about being intentional. If you don't have a clear definition of what excellent looks like in your business, you will never achieve it. So, what does excellent look at? What does excellence look like for your team? What does it look like on a service call? What does it look like in a customer interaction? Define it, write it down, drill it into your team, and then execute on that every single fucking day. So, at the end of the day, you really only have one shot at this whole thing. One shot at building something great, one shot at being the best in your space, one shot at creating a legacy for you and your team. And you won't get there by being good. You won't get there by doing enough. You won't get there by blending in with everyone else, having the same colors on your vans, having the same color uniforms, having the same values up on the walls, right? The same old training that everybody else does. You just won't get there. You get there by choosing excellence every single day in everything you do. How you do anything is how you do everything. So no excuses, no shortcuts, just relentless, undeniable, world-class execution. So the only question left is, are you going to settle for average? Average, of course, being another word for mediocre. Or are you going to step up and demand excellence from yourself, your team, and your business? Because at the end of the day, the choice is yours. I'll see you next time.